Hey there people, I'm the Dungeon Coach and I'm making you this emergency video to fix all of your UIs because I hear so many people complaining about the new Dragonflight pre-patch UI and how it's different and changed and all this other kind of stuff, and it's overall better in some ways, but I like the way that my bars used to look and all this stuff. I have a solution for y'all, one simple solution to get your UI looking like this, and this is literally with one add-on that's a very light add-on, and it's just a pre-setting option. You click one button and you're done, it's there. It's super simple, it couldn't be more simple, and I'm going to show you how you can take this simple setup and customize it just a little bit, but maybe not too much because you like the way that things have been, and I want to do that for you guys. My UI is very different. If you want to watch whenever I stream or you're watching some of my other videos, I have a very customized UI that I put a lot of time and effort into. I'll talk about that at the end of the video because this is going to be very much a classic setup for UI. So here's how we go. The solution to all of your problems to get this, look at how it goes all the way. You got your original bar here, you got your character panes and all that little interface, talent book, spell book here, and you got your bags and all that stuff all right here. 2 bars on top, 2 bars off to the right, your quest bar, your map, your buffs, and your character and target. Done. It's super simple. And even my stance bar right here, I got my stance bar too. All of this is solved with Bartender. Bartender 4. I just made a full video on Bartender and how to fully customize Bartender the way that I use it, but I'm here to make you this video for how you can use it for Bartender, or to make it look like this for yourself. So all you got to do in Bartender is the option down here of presets. You go to presets, and first of all, you should go to profiles. So you should go to profiles and you should create a new profile. In fact, I'll even do this right here, and I'll say classic UI, right? So classic UI, I do it here, and this is the default. This is the default of what you see. You see here, this is the general default Dragonflight UI, which is not the same, and it looks all different and all that kind of stuff, right? So all you do here, I now have my new profile I just created. I highly recommend for you to create profiles on everything that you do. And you're going to go to presets. On presets here, you have modern Blizzard interface, which is exactly what I just said, the modern Blizzard interface. You also have modern with the classic art and everything, which in general looks pretty much the exact same. And then you have classic interface. Sorry. Let me switch to that. Let me apply the preset. This is one of the options for the Dragonflight UI, but set up with the classic interface and have the action bars down here and all the buttons and stuff. So that's an option if you want to have a little bit different little icons over here off to the side. But you can go to classic interface and apply that preset, and there we go. We have the griffins on the side, and that's looking exactly like what that classic interface is. And all of this is done with just a simple preset. In fact, I haven't even looked at these. Oh, there's other bars down here. So you have another bar down here instead of having the difference here. See the classic, it changes this right here. So if you like having your bars and action buttons all here, you can have that, or you can switch it to 2 bars. And there you go. That works too. Awesome, cool. And then there's the final one, the 3 bars stacked, and it is this one, and it has 3 bars. In fact, it's actually locked right now, and they're all stacked up here. And then you have a full reset back to normal. So I'm going to do classic interface, apply that preset. There you go. But you can actually customize this a little bit more. So if you go to lock, unlocking this shows you where everything's at. You have bar 5 and 4 over here. You can move those around, snap them into place. This bar snapping check mark is what keeps the bars snapped to each other. You can move things like your stances, a vehicle bar if you ever jump into a vehicle, pet bar, extra action button. You can move that around wherever you want. You can also move these around, but I'll talk about that here in a second. The Bartender just takes care of your action bars. It doesn't have anything to do with this quest log or the map or buffs or anything like that. It's just this. Again, I have a video that I've literally posted days ago about fully breaking this whole thing down, changing these button grids to where you can actually see the buttons here. So if I go to bar 2 and I click the button grid, you can see how the buttons show up or not, and if I lock it back in, you can see how the buttons show there or not. You can change the padding, you can change all the different types of stuff that you want. Again, that's in the full video if you want the full breakdown. This is pretty simple, and you could literally set this up, open up your spell book, start putting spells in here. As you can see, I can't grab this, so one thing you can do here is I unlock it. I go to bar 3, and if you look at bar 3, you can go to all these different options here about hiding everything, configuration, positioning, visibility, how to do all of that. But you can also change where it locks in the buttons to where you can't move the buttons anymore. All of that's going to be taken care of inside of this. Again, you can check out the full video for the Bartender breakdown. But this now is the default setup, but if you want to customize other parts that aren't your action bars, you're going to have to go to edit mode. And again, I also have a full video on this. That's what I try and do, is I try and make specific videos about specific problems and then have the big picture in other videos if you want a further deep dive. As soon as I click edit, you can now move the chat bar, and as you see here how this is clipping, I would need to take this and move this. I have it as the classic preset right now. You can again change the layout profiles. You can grab this and move it up. I'd probably need to move it up maybe about right here or so. And then I'd probably need to move that around there. I can move my player frame around wherever I want. I can see where my raid frames are. I can turn on everything and move all the pieces around that I want to. Get my focus frame up here. Wherever you want to move any of these things, it's all open and customizable. Even the tooltips, if you want to see the tooltips a little better, whenever you mouse over stuff, you can see the tooltips pop up over there. All of this is movable around as well. The talking head, I usually like to have the talking chat text up there. And there we go. I'm going to save it. And then I'll save my new loadout name, Classic UI. Cool. And then save. Done. And then now I have a very classic setup to my UI. If I want to change my action bars, I'm going to go to Bartender. If I want to change anything else, I'm going to do the edit mode. And that's it. Super simple, good to go. Now, one thing I do want to do now is I am going to go over to my my main character here and show you the UI that I use and how I like to present my things. I'm going to do a full-blown newbie guide for people starting into World of Warcraft, how to play the game, lots of things to get you ready for Dragonflight so you're up and running. But this is, in general, how I do this. I go back to Bartender, and I'm going to switch my profiles to my hide mode right here. And this is the UI that I use and I love the most right here. It's really simple. It is everything that I want and need it to be. I have all of my weak auras right here. I'm going to have videos on weak auras. I have a shadowed unit frames right here for this. Damage meter on the side. I have sexy maps, which I have another video for. Khalil's quest tracker. And that's it. I do have Bartender, but they're all hidden. So you see all these abilities here. But I know what my key bindings are, and I don't need to constantly see them. So I made weak auras for the things I do want to see. And that's really, really simple. And it's a much cleaner UI and my favorite kind of UI. And if you want to learn how to make this kind of UI for yourself and even more stuff, even if you just want to change the sexy map and have your map be a little sexier, you can do that as well. And there's tons of different videos I have for add-ons. Leaving comments and swing by my live streams. I live stream just about every day in the middle of the day during the week, around lunchtime, 11 o'clock Central Time is what I try and do. But stay tuned for anything else. Ask me any questions if I want to help. Peace.